It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Black Sheep Brewery and it's a bottle of their Velo, a freewheeling pale ale coming in at 4.2% ABV, and it's brewed in celebration of Yorkshire's great cycling tradition. There's the bottle cap. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Forgot the bottle opener. So many cans these days that I never seem to get the bottle opener ready anymore. Here we go. Nice bit of smoke. Look at it puffing away. Look at that. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. I've not had a beer from Black Sheep for quite a while, if I'm honest. One to two finger white head, good levels of carbonation, clear looking beer. My glass is kind of frosted because I got it out the fridge about 10-15 minutes ago, so it's had a chance to warm up a little bit, but it's completely kind of put a bit of a haze on the glass. There we go. I suppose there's a little bit of haziness going on with the beer. Let's get it's a golden amber beer, good levels of carbonation. Let's get the aroma. And definitely New World hops. But combined with a traditional British pale ale in terms of the malt. So some of these kind of regional breweries, they really know to brew a fantastic bitter, fantastic pale ale, British style pale ale. But the world of beer has changed. There's a lot of people drinking kind of New World IPAs, pale ales, New England IPAs, that sort of thing. The trend in beer has changed. So these regional breweries now, they've kind of had to almost move up a gear, almost kind of keep pace with these younger kind of, I suppose, funkier, if you like, funkier breweries that everybody's talking about. But I think they can hold their own. I think they can hold their own. I mean, these breweries, they can produce fancy. What I like about, I'm going to change my thoughts here mid-sentence. What I like about a traditional brewery is that they really understand the malts. They completely understand the malts in terms of building a pale ale from the ground up. So yeah. It's like lemony, kind of touch of grapefruit or maybe a bit of passion fruit. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, so you get the biscuit, kind of light, crisp biscuit malt flavours first. Carbonation pushes around the inside of the mouth. I actually like that. Breathing malt at you. Light, crisp, refreshing malt. Now I'm getting a bitterness on the back end. Touch of mango and passion fruit, but mixed off, I mean, built. The malt build is really talking here. It's a really well balanced beer. It's going from biscuity and breadiness over to a bitterness. See, I'm going to start again. I keep interrupting myself here midstream. Starts off with a little bit of sweetness, biscuitiness of the malt. Then it goes over to mango, touch of kind of grapefruit flavours going on over there. Then it goes back to the sweet malt, and then it goes back to a lovely kind of bitterness on the back end. It's nice, it's nice. I picked this up in Tesco. quite, picking up melon as well. There's a certain melon flavour coming through. But I think going forward from 2020, well, these breweries have been making hoppy beers, these regional breweries have been making hoppy beers for a while now, but I think going forward into 2020 and onwards, well, we're in 2020 now, so 2021, I'm going to start predicting that these regional breweries are going to start investing in canning lines. Your likes of Black Sheep, Shepherd Neame, them sort of kind of regional, Marston's maybe, Badger. I predict that they will invest in canning lines, and I'll tell you for why. When you go, I picked this up in Tesco. I'm going to put this down a minute. I like to talk with my hands. When you go in Tesco, there's a great big divide now between the certain beer segments. You've got, and you always will have, I imagine, your traditional bottled real ale. There's a lot of that in the big Tesco stores. But what they're growing, and they're growing this at quite a rate of knots, is a craft range for £3 a can. And this is the important bit. It's canned. So you've got a big segment of the beer aisle now is just built up of cans. And it, for people like me who's really, really interested in craft beer and trying all these wonderful, wonderful beers, I'll always look to the cans first. It's a little bit more money, but I'll fill the trolley with the cans first, your canned craft beer, and then I might have a cheeky look at the bottles. You know, you see your Theakston's Old Peculiar, your Spitfires, your Brains Essay, you know, the usual beers on the shelves, your Pedigree and Bishop's Finger, you know, that style of beer that's always sitting there on the supermarket shelf. And I think that you will see, I mean, I've seen this amongst all of your Bishop's Fingers and stuff, and I thought, this looks interesting, I'll pick it up. And it's nice. It's nice. And and this is going on to another subject now. I didn't believe this beer review was going to go on for so long, but I'm in a bit of a thought process with this whole Tesco beer thing now, and that is this as good? Because I think this comes in at 4 for £6, 150. Yeah, 4 for £6. So it's coming in about £1.50 a bottle if you buy it on offer. Is this as good? A 500ml beer at £1.50 on offer. Is it as good as a £3 can of craft beer, which, and this is the difference, this is a 500ml bottle. The canned craft are 440s, so you're getting less beer and they're charging twice the price. Does this beer hold up to some of the canned craft beers in Tesco? I'm going to say yes. Yes. I would certainly go for this over some of the beers from the London Beer Factory. I still don't think London Beer Factory have got their beers right. I've had some really good beers as part of the £3 range of beers in Tesco, and I've had some awful ones. I'm looking at you, Raspberry Donut Stout. I can't even remember who brewed that beer now, but that was awful, awful beer. So what I'm trying to say is I'm not standing here going, this is an awful beer. It's actually got an awful lot going for it. The brewer has been around a long time. They know what they're doing. They've got a lot of experience. There's some lovely kind of biscuity, bready flavours coming through with a lovely kind of melon, citrus, kind of slight grapefruit flavours from the hops in the beer. That's balancing that off. There's a little bit of sweetness. There's a little bit of bitterness. They've nailed it. They've nailed it, and for half the price. Of course, some of the Buxton beers, some of the Brewdog versus Cloudwaters. Yeah, I'd still buy that over this. Your North Brewing Company, some of their beers are really good. But then there's some there's some of them beers where I would choose this over a £3 can of craft beer. So rating for Black Sheep Brewery's Velo freely wheeling pale ale, and it's to do with a lot of the cycling in Yorkshire there. Brewed with Cascade hop and a touch of orange and coriander. It's a good beer. It's a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.